If you want to learn how to be a heathen, then the good news is there's loads of free content on the internet to teach you how to do it. Content like this kind of thing.
Namaste, children of Odin. My name is Starchild Frey's daughter. I was initiated into an ancient line of Norse Volver at Burning Man Festival in 2015. Since then, I have been dedicated to teaching others how to understand the ways of the ancient ones. Listen to the earth. Listen to the sky. Hear the words of the gods on the wind. Shut up.
Oh, maybe that's not the best thing to look at. Or how about something like this?
When you're getting started in heathenry, you can easily come across misinformation on the internet because there are some bad actors out there. And they're trying to sell you some pretty problematic views. So you've got to be able to parse what's problematic from what's serious. Another thing is some people will say there's one way of doing things and you got to do it their way. Well, sometimes you just got to find out for yourself what feels right. The All-Father will lead you no matter who you are, because heathenry is an inclusive religion and it's for everybody. And don't believe anyone who tells you different.
That's not much good either. What about this?
Nay, actually, don't listen to those cucks. Listen to me, Ragnar Genocide Odinson. I'll teach you how to be a real Viking Norseman heathen with these simple tips. First, you must live like me in the woods. Just as the animals, just as the gods intended. Running through the forest like a beast. That is the only way to learn. Next, you must master the sword.
Be a true Viking warrior, you got to be willing to bleed for Odin. Odin, Odin, I'm bleeding for you. I'm bleeding.
You get the message. There's quite a lot of misinformation and bad information out there on the internet. It may be free, but you get what you pay for. Everything you need to know about starting heathenry is also available in books, which you can buy, of course, but not everybody has the time or inclination to read through what is actually quite often very dense academic material in order to understand what the religion of our ancestors was actually like and how to practice it properly. And there is some good content out there that you can get for free. That's true. It's very difficult, though, to pass what's trustworthy from what isn't, and it also takes a long time to get through this. That's why I've created a new online learning course which condenses years of learning into 5 hours of video content. I've been a heathen for over 15 years, and I've been a practicing Gothi for about 8 years, and I have a master's degree in medieval history from UCL, during which I studied heathenry, Germanic heathenry in Icelandic and Old English sources. So I'm more qualified than most of the people on the internet who talk about this to explain the religion to you. And I'm a trusted source, known from my Survive the Jive channel, and for promoting the heathen religion for many years. This isn't just a course for bookish people. This is a course for anyone who wants to practice the heathen religion of their ancestors, and they just want to know how to do it. A lot of the books you find, when you buy a book on how to be a heathen, and I've read quite a few of them, a lot of them, although very interesting, spend a long time discussing theology, the difference between Christianity and paganism, what neo-pagan groups have existed in the past, how paganism relates to psychology, all kinds of topics that are very interesting, but don't actually tell you how to be a heathen. People often just want to know how. What do I actually have to do day to day? How do I conduct rituals? And if you actually perform an internet search on how to perform heathen rituals, 90% of the content is complete rubbish that comes up. It's just stuff people made up. So there really is a huge gap in the market for some clear, direct information that's not too time-consuming, that explains succinctly how to be a heathen for people who are starting off in the Germanic pagan religion. That's why my course, Starting Heathenry, is essential. Not only does it include over 50 videos on various topics that are essential for starting heathenry, but it's based on a micro-learning strategy, which has been proven in multiple studies to be the most efficient method of learning in terms of being able to recall the information you've learned. One study found it was 18% more effective than alternative methods. Another study found it was up to 80% more effective for retaining the information you've learned, because people don't actually have attention spans where they can concentrate for more than 20 minutes. Within about 20 minutes after you've attended a lecture or read a book, about 50% of the information you've absorbed is gone. Over the following 9 hours, that figure drops by a further 10%. And after a month, only about a quarter of the information you learned is kept. But with micro-learning, you retain much more of the information. In my previous job, I made online courses for healthcare professionals which were based on this micro-learning technique. Now I'm using the same technique to help heathens learn how to propitiate their gods in the ancient tradition. But I'm using the most modern techniques in learning and teaching to help heathens achieve this. If you're at the stage where you've learned all about the gods and you've read about the myths, but you're not quite ready to begin practicing paganism because you don't feel quite sure of yourself about what exactly you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it, then starting heathenry is what you need. It doesn't matter if you're going to be practicing alone or with other people. This is a great foundation to start your religious practice. You can learn on your phone or on your computer and come back to the course when you feel like it, complete it bit by bit. There's 10 lessons, each one comprised of multiple little modules of videos that are about 5 minutes long, and each lesson is followed by a quiz to make sure you understood everything. This is the first course of its kind for this subject, and I think it comes at just the right time as heathenism is emerging as a very important religion for Europeans. But there isn't yet a solid foundation to help beginners learn how to worship, how to approach the gods, how to make altars, what the idols and altars ought to look like, when exactly they should celebrate the festivals of the year. These kind of basic questions that don't have anything to do with like complicated analysis of myths, which seems to be the focus of so much heathen content. It's just simple stuff about how to practice this religion. The first 9 people to sign up using the discount code BALEDAY will receive 10% off. Your path to knowing the gods starts here.
Using the ancient yogic techniques taught to me by the witches, I will show you how to uncoil your Jormungandr chakra and decalcify your pineal gland. This is the true meaning of Asatru. Just as my mighty ancestor Leif Erikson discovered America and Australia, I too am an explorer of the mind. I am a Viking of the soul. I will scour the oceans of the spirit, and I will take you with me on this journey. Namaste.
I found that the All-Father was very accepting of my life choices and my lifestyle when I explained them to him. And I found that was much more congruent with my politics and my beliefs than Jesus was. So that's why I am an Asatru heathen now. And I really believe that as a non-binary god, Odin is the perfect god for this day and age, where we need to challenge patriarchal conceptions that have for so long plagued our society.
School. Calling the gods is like when you're calling a hyene. When you have a hyene, you must rub the lamp. When you are calling the gods, you must rub the horn of the gods. You must rub the horn. Rub the horn. Ever so fast. Make the gods come.